Rayne Alive is our student-produced news program where we have a YouTube channel, and we create videos about what's going on at Rayne High and in the lives of our Rayne High students. You don't necessarily have to have a certain skill set to join, except for the desire to find stories and create stories. So you are going to learn a skill set, so you can learn how to edit, how to write scripts, how to film, how lighting works. We can go over all of those things to help someone learn those skills. So if you're just interested in making the news happen, then that's good enough for us to start. Being in Rayne Alive can help you in life after high school, because even if you don't go into journalism, learning how to ask questions, listen to people, put together stories, that's just good life skills for relationships with your friends and significant others. As far as career-wise, it also helps. Most fields nowadays, you have to have some type of media presence, and you have to have like marketing sense. And so learning these strategies by working with social media is going to help you no matter what field you go into.
My students will learn about art techniques. They will learn about all of the elements of design and how to use them together. They will also be exposed to different techniques as far as using painting, color pencil, ebony pencil, color pencils, pastels, and both two-dimensional and three-dimensional artwork, as well as art history. Art is very important in a student's education. It's actually been proven that students who take art classes score higher on standardized tests. So that is just one benefit. Also, my class is kind of more of a, I guess you would say, a chilled class. You get to actually take a break from math, science, and use your right brain and be creative and have that time for creativity. The art show I felt it was a success, and I'm very excited to bring it back this year, and I'm going to continue. This year, I hope everybody comes and sees all my students' artwork. They are doing a phenomenal job this year, and it's an exciting time for me and my students to get to show off their work. Just to give you a little bit of information about what an art show is, I try to replicate an art museum as best that I can. The students get to choose certain artworks, their favorite artworks, and it goes on display. It is part of their grade, but it's also, it goes on display in the library for other students and their parents to come and celebrate and see what they've done throughout the year. And it kind of gives a synopsis of everything that they've learned throughout my class.
My name is Dylan Boudreau, aka Mr. Dylan. I teach band and color guard and music stuff. Early on, my goal was to build something that the community, the parish, the school, the city, the alumni can be proud of, and to build something that can leave a lasting legacy, right? So I constantly say my job as an educator is to make good musicians and even better people. So I hold my students to a very high standard, because we will be the best people that we can be, because that's what makes you a better student, a better person, and a better musician, is making sure that you are constantly being the best version of yourself possible. So when we're in a funk or not in the best space necessarily, musically or headspace-wise, typically our culture is to bring it back. And to get the community excited, we have to make sure that we're always on our best. We have people that are on brand new instruments this year that they've never played before. I teach beginning band. I teach 6th grade through 12th grade, so I can teach anybody how to read music. There's always something to do. And then with color guard, the act of color guard is not necessarily something that you're born with. You have to learn it. So it's all about learning the mechanics and learning, like, how does the flag spin this certain way, and how do you control it, and how do you spin the rifle a certain way. If you've been a dancer, sweet, we can help you learn how to spin a flag or be part of the auxiliary, and you're going to bring something to the table that we always need, and that's more dancers. But you don't necessarily need any experience before. At this point, there are no barriers, really, other than the fact that, like, you just have to have a good attitude and be willing to be a good person. We perform a lot. We go to at least 6 band competitions every year. Band competitions are where there are different marching bands in the area that go and they actually perform and they get scored and they get ranked, and then you can meet other band kids, and you have an opportunity to see what other people are putting on the field and creating. We also have opportunities to go perform at different things in the community. A lot of people were able to see us perform at every pep rally. We did a Christmas performance for the school. My job isn't just to help you play music. My job is to get you actively doing something like performing. There's also opportunities for color guard to compete now too. They do winter guard. Winter guard is like their marching band, but bigger. They do all of the work. They build the choreography. They tell a story with no instruments. They use flags and they use rifles, and they're always looking to grow and do more. The thing about band is that you learn a lot of things other than just how to play an instrument. You learn discipline. You learn teamwork. You learn how to problem solve. You learn how to think critically on a dime. So when you're playing music, it's more than just playing a note. It's playing, are you playing in tune? Are you playing in time? Are you playing the correct pitch? Are you playing the correct rhythm? All of it happens at once in your brain. It's what the education people like to call higher order thinking, but you do it every microsecond. You also have a big opportunity to be able to get scholarships. So every student who plays an instrument in college typically gets a scholarship. That's marching band, that's concert band, that's basketball band, that's wind ensemble, that's indoor drum line, that's winter guard, that's all of it. There's an opportunity to make money. Every student who plays an instrument in any ensemble typically makes something. It's why I do what I do now, because I want other students to have the same experience, and I want other students to be able to know what it's like to belong somewhere and to be able to work every day to be the best version of themselves possible.
Okay, so the benefits of taking First Responder. First Responder teaches you basic first aid. So if you are ever going to babysit, if you are ever going to become a parent, if you are ever going to be around anyone who is elderly, I would suggest taking this class because I teach you first aid, basic first aid procedure. So like if the heart stops, you'll be able to do CPR. If they have breathing problems, you'll be able to help them with their breathing. If they have an allergic reaction, you'll be able to help them with that. If they're choking, you will help them not choke. So anybody, everybody probably should take some sort of first aid class, and my class is that class. EMT is a great course to take if you want to get into the medical field of any shape or variety, okay? So if you want to become a nurse, EMT is going to give you the skills of taking vital signs, blood pressures, pulse. If you are going to just want to work with people, like patient assessment. We're doing patient assessment right now, so you'll be able to assess a patient. So any kind of medical field that you want to get into, EMT is a great class to take even if you don't want to work on the ambulance. It gets your foot in the door. It gets you some patient contact hours. It gets you some little skills that you can get really good at Rayne High School and then take them to college and be very successful. So EMR is basic level. And EMT is more college level. And at the end of EMT, we actually take testing, like boards for EMT that can get you an actual job. So a lot of kids who take EMT and pass all their boards, their written tests, their skills tests, they become actual EMTs working on the ambulance, and they start off making legit money as like a 18-year-old EMT for Acadian Ambulance or another company. So they can actually do a job. EMRs, it teaches you basic skills. EMTs, it teaches you a job-ready skill. Okay. So.
Hello, I'm Coach Bro. I teach sports medicine 1 and 2. In sports medicine, you learn basic anatomy, you learn taping skills, and you learn a few other basic injury stuff to deal with heat and cold illnesses. So sports medicine will give you a foundation for you if you want to go into the healthcare field, if you want to go into athletic training, physical therapy, become doctors, nurses, anything like that. You have to know the basics of anatomy. Sports medicine is going to help you with the basics of anatomy. You have no idea how many athletes come in and have no idea what they're talking about when they say, hey, this hurts. And then they're going to say their hamstring is a quad muscle and not the back of their leg. If you want to become a manager for any sport, I highly recommend doing sports medicine. It'll help you understand what your athletes need in each sport, because sports needs from a manager standpoint is different from football to softball to wrestling to basketball. You have a different role in with each sports team. So recently there is a need for more people to go into sports medicine. With all the different avenues of healthcare widening out, we still need to specialize back in sports medicine to help our young people.